Good afternoon, and greetings from San Juan, Puerto Rico. My name is Martin Coward, and welcome to Noonday Meditation and Contemplative Prayer Power Hour, where we gather together every day, Monday through Saturday at noon, to love and support each other through this pandemic. And some of you might be wondering, where is God in all this? Well, I guess that would depend on how you define God. You know, some people have sort of an immature image of God as something out there that's not really involved in the world and sort of, counting. It's a very immature sort of egoic view of God. So I don't know where that is because it doesn't exist. It's just, but I can understand why people, when we're in fear of the unknown and we're doing something we've never dealt with before, we might wonder, well, where is God in this picture? A few years ago, I just turned 60, and I attended a Byron Katie retreat. And on that retreat, I was so excited because the core of what she talks about, she doesn't call it God. Her term is reality as it is in the moment. She refers to God as reality as it is. I think that's a great definition of God personally, because that is what God is. Like Eckhart Tolle, God calls its presence in the moment. It's when we get really present to the divine within us. That's where God, so God is everywhere. There is nowhere you cannot see God, feel God, experience God. And the only thing that can separate you from God, because God is within each of us, is the mind. Think about that for a second. The only thing that can separate anyone from God are the beliefs and the stories in their head. So Byron Katie has been doing work all over the world, helping millions of people let go of the stories in their heads that make them feel bad and separate us from God. And after attending one of her workshops, I came home on a Sunday night and I was a little bit agitated because I was like, I kind of lost that sort of peaceful feeling you get when you go to a retreat, connection and everything. It was like, oh, what happened to that? I was kind of excited about it. It was a nice retreat. And so Tuesday morning, I woke up and the most amazing thing happened. It was like everything was the same, but everything was different. It was like I was experiencing the world from a place of energy forms. It was like I could see clearly that my husband was my husband and my dog was my dog and the window was the window and the trees were the trees. But there was something else that was an energy form. I could see, I could experience, I could actually see the energy between the objects as profoundly, if not more profoundly, than the objects themselves. And this went on for a few days. It was really pretty intense. I had done enough work and I had enough spiritual teachings that I wasn't afraid. I would say I was pretty excited about it. It felt pretty good, actually. I was to get back there again. And I have, but it's not quite as easy as this. But let me keep going here. I mean, I remember one day I was walking down Park Avenue at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and all of a sudden I just felt so overwhelmed by what I was experiencing. It was like I was on LSD, only so much cleaner and clearer. I wasn't on LSD. This was 5 years ago. But I did do LSD in college. But this is so much cleaner and clearer than any kind of drug oriented. It was like, it was like, oh my God, this is what's really going on. It's like everything was just, it's like energy was just moving at one time and everything was happening at once and we were it. And we were all part of it. And it was so wildly wonderful. It felt so, it's like blessed. It was just amazing to be part of something that was just so incredibly powerful and loving and nurturing and creative. There was nothing to worry about because I knew everything was at such a level of power to create and move us through this. There was nothing to worry about. And when I finally kind of got my bearings and could sort of stand up and sort of look around, I'm like, wow, this is just amazing. And it's like as if a window closed, that became my life became more normal. I don't see the world quite like that. I do get those glimpses frequently, but I'm not as charged by them. I'm not like, oh my God, I don't think you could navigate the world like that. We're like that in that state all the time. Right? I couldn't anyway. But what I did was I realized there was something. When I realized what was really going on, and we were part of something so much bigger, it changed my life. That was a moment. That was enlightenment, I would guess. And when you are enlightened, it's not like, aha, I got something. I got Jesus in my pocket. It's like, oh, everybody should do this. You want everybody to get here, and then that's why I do what I do. Because I want everybody to experience this higher level of truth that's within us. And that's what I would call it. Hey, Audrey, how are you today? So glad you joined me. So glad you're here. And anybody else that if you're joining me, please just click your name, say hello in the chat box. It's just nice to know you're here. Because we're like I say, we're all doing this together, and it's just nice to have each other here to do it together. Really. There's my friend Mindy. Oh God, Mindy and I got to know each other at Ground Zero years ago. Nice to have you here. And I'm looking at the question of where's God in all this, and I would say God is. It is. She is within everything. There is nothing where she is not. As a matter of fact, I think God is at the center of all this, quite frankly. It would be my I don't know anything. She is still running the show. She is the creative force of the universe, and she is full of fire right now. And we are all who are willing to step into that fire. Let go of our egoic needs to fix anything or be afraid, but step into that, have the courage to step into that fire. To find, to discover, and experience the Divine Mother within us. You can call it the Divine Father. It's not so much about gender, is it? I think the Divine Mother is more the nurturing component of the yin and the yang. It's the part that creates and builds, where maybe the male, the Divine Father is more protective and fatherly, and the Divine Mother is more nurturing and creative. That's just my perspective. And she is busy. She is busy in all of us, transforming the world so that all of us can vibrate at a high level of consciousness. And all of us can enjoy the world the way it's created. We weren't here to do something. We were here to be, to enjoy, to bring our gifts to others to share and make the world better. Make the world not better in the sense that it needs to be improved, but better for ourselves so we can enjoy. Let go of our old egoic beliefs of not enough and I gotta fix this, and and what we do is we when we say something like where's God in this picture, we're projecting. We're not present to what's happening right now. We are looking at our toxic past and we're projecting it into the future. That's what fear is. We're projecting bad stuff to happen in the future that may not probably will happen. So she's here, and there's nothing changed. And you may have realized you've had certain epiphany moments. There's moments when all of a sudden you just feel like you're in the middle of the universe. You've had them. Everybody's had them. I call them peek holes into heaven. You just experience. I was when I'm up at the beach the other morning, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, this is just the colors, the clouds, the vibrancy. It was like you feel like you're part of the essence of all that you see and feel. You experience God. One of my favorite slogans is when I stand at the beach is, don't think about what you're seeing, feel what you're seeing. So if you just stop what you're doing and feel it and let go of the thoughts of it, you might discover something deeper within yourself. You just might. Eckhart Tolle uses the word presence today, and I think he had a very good piece, I thought, on this that I thought I would share. Beauty arises in the stillness of your presence. And your presence is what is the same thing as what I'm going to refer to as God. So the beauty arises. God is in the beauty of what's happening if you're willing to slow down and look at it. Presence is needed. Presence, God is needed. If you want to use God, the Divine Mother, is needed to become aware of the beauty, the majesty, and the sacredness of nature. Have you ever gazed up into the infinity of space on a clear night, awestruck by the absolute stillness and inconceivable vastness of it? Have you listened, truly listened, to the sound of a mountain stream in the forest, or to the song of a blackbird at dusk on a quiet summer evening? To become aware of such thing, the mind needs to be still. You have to put down for a moment your personal baggage of problems, of past and future, as well as all your knowledge. Otherwise, you will see, but not see, hear, but not hear. Your presence is required. Last night I went down to the beach. The sun was setting here in Puerto Rico. It's just an awesome, awesome sky. And I just kept running the mantra through my head: be still and listen, Martin. Just be still and listen. And as I would say, come on, Joy. Joy is what I call the divine. Come on up. I love it when you're here. All of a sudden, there she did. All of a sudden, the sky, the waves, everything took on a different meaning. It wasn't as hallucinogenic as it was in my trips after that lightning, but it was certainly, there was something I could experience, something within me that said there's something bigger going on. And I think that's happening across the globe for anyone willing to stop and get still long enough to listen. And COVID-19 might be the invitation. I think she is the invitation to stop and get still and listen. And that's what we're doing. Your total presence is required. It means you have to take everything out. You have to let go of every thought, every belief, every opinion, every judgment, you think it's good or bad, right or wrong, and let it go. And let presence be present. Let present be present. Beyond the beauty of the external forms, there is more here. Something that cannot be named. Something ineffable. Some deep inner holy essence. Whenever and wherever there is beauty, this inner essence shines through somehow. It only reveals itself to you when you are present. Could it be that this nameless essence and your presence are one and the same? Would it be there without your presence? You think God can't be here right now? Like Einstein said, everything's a miracle and nothing's a miracle. It's all a miracle, including COVID-19. Go deeply into it. Find out for yourself. And we're going to do that right now. We're going to go deeply into it. We're going to find out. Anybody want to make any comments before we do? I love this. I love this topic. I love this opportunity every day to go deeper in myself with you. Because I almost inevitably, then I'm prepared for the rest of the day to do, I would say, God's work. So get still. Raise your arms in the air if you can. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Just get still for a moment. Don't wiggle your fingers, don't wiggle your toes. And feel the essence of life within your fingers and hands. Without moving. Allow yourself to just hold yourself still. And let go of any thoughts about it. And just feel what it feels like to feel life inside your body. From the tip of your head, the bottom of your feet, to the tip of your fingers, all the way through it. Just it's the essence of life. Now bring your hands down and put them on your heart. And from a place of compassion, love yourself. Thank yourself. Thank the divine creator within you for this moment and be present to it. And you can ask for it. You can ask presence. Come on out. Come on out. I'm ready. I want to be with you. I want to experience you. I want to experience the divine within me. That's why we're here. She loves to come out and dance in your heart. Invite her. Or him, if you prefer to call it him. It's not a he or a she. It's a presence that holds all the qualities of the universe, masculine and feminine. Just hold those and allow your hands to go to your side. And now begin to focus on your breath. And get still. You notice thoughts arising in your brain, coming across your mind like clouds. Just acknowledge them and let them go. Lay aside every thought and opinion and belief you have about this world. Lay aside every thought, opinion, belief, and judgment you have about me, yourself, God, COVID-19. Breathe out, holding on to nothing. Just be still. And allow yourself to connect with yourself. And just be still. You may look up from the screen, just look around you at nature. And allow yourself to get still without naming it. And see if you can feel into the essence of it. Maybe it's just a plant or a table, favorite chair, person. Welcome back. How was your journey? How was your interior adventure to yourself? What'd you find? What'd you find? Sometimes the divine is so close, we don't even know we're it. Awareness, becoming aware of itself, can sometimes feel like joy. And I think that's what he's teaching us. The joy and the feeling of joy and the essence of the beauty of life itself. I would say, to answer that question, where is God in this picture? God is more awake than ever. She is waking up more and more of us to the truth. And that is exciting. That is exciting to me. Still place, yeah, still place within us. That still place. Buddha calls it emptiness or spaciousness. Jesus called it heaven, to represent the spaciousness of the heavens and the sky. Christians got that over the years, have gotten that at some kind of geological place we go when we die. It's a place we live in. This is heaven. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. If we're just willing to let go of our yeah, if we're just willing to let go. It's not a place we go when we die. It's a place we are. It's what we are. Actually, it's what life is. So it's a joy to guide each other through this. It's through the connection with each other, even though it's through the internet, through Zoom, that we experience the essence of each other. I can't really see all of you. You can see me, but I experience the beauty of all of you, the wonderfulness, the miracle of you, the essence of you. I wake up to that in this moment. And it's from here that we begin to project into the future. A place coming from love. That's what manifestation is. That's what creation is. It's creating, it's evolving. It's creating all the magnificence that you see. It's co-creating that. That's what this is. When we stop and get still and quit projecting into the future our toxic stories of the past, we can project into the future a healthier environment, healthier social economic systems and structures, politicians that truly lead from a place of transparency and compassion and truth, and empathy and competency. Riding the backgrounds of Vermont this morning, picking blueberries, beauty. Yes. The simplest of beautiful magnificence of blueberries in Vermont. That's pretty cool. That's lovely. You just want to swim in it, don't you? Like you swimming in the ocean this morning. It's like you just want to jump in and swim in it. Be in it. Bathe in the beauty of the world. I think that's why we like the beach so much. We can actually just jump in and feel it around our bodies and just immerse ourselves into the essence of the world. Whether it's a lake or a beach, we love water. So thank you, Mindy, for your comments this morning, and thank you for all. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. We are co-creating a world. We are in the process of it. It's pretty exciting. So here we go. May love and prosperity prevail. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I will see you tomorrow right here, same time, same place. Till then, again, may love and prosperity prevail.